who are sharing their stories, their books that have made a difference in their lives.
Oh yeah, and that brings us to our very first guest, whose story is nothing short of a miracle. Todd Hensel is a recipient of 7 organ transplants. Yes, you heard me right, 7. And he died several times, and he's sharing his story with us.
That's right. Today we welcome Todd and Carrie, your partner and fellow cattle rancher.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You guys have a storied past. It dates back more than 40 years. Carrie, if you'll tell us a little bit about that and how it inspired you to write this book.
Okay. Todd was my first boyfriend in high school, and you never forget your first love. I was 15, he was 16. So 40 years passed after that, but he always was in my heart. He had, even back then, an amazing, grounded, calming, spiritually connected presence, and he never left my heart. So 40 years later, we reconnected in 2016, and when he shared his story with me, I felt very inspired to, first of all, tell the true, beautiful love story, but also to hopefully empower people about what's possible with the power of our mind to overcome seemingly impossible challenges, physically, mentally, emotionally, to draw home the reality of miracles and the ever-presence of the divine in our lives, and of course to raise awareness about the importance of organ donation and how many lives could be saved.
So true. And Todd, we have to talk about, you really are the miracle man. Please share your story and some of those miracles you've experienced.
Well, I was 48 years old and was told that I needed to lose some muscle mass going into my 50s. So I started doing spinning classes, and those were going very well, but I would drink a little water and a little bit of an energy drink, about a third, and that seemed to be the catalyst that caused my portal vein to clot out. And once that clotted out, I lost all my organs in my abdominal, and I was in Detroit, Michigan at the time at a hospital, and they placed me in hospice at the time because they don't do what's called a multivisceral, which is more than one organ. And that's where it started right there for me.
Wow, what a story. You say you died several times throughout that. Can you walk us through what that was like?
Well,
I know it's not easy.
Yeah. Well, I did. Like the first time I was at Henry Ford up there in Michigan, and I just basically floated out of my body. I remember going up like through the lights and then feeling a glow, and I felt very empowered, felt very healthy. Kind of felt like I was 27 again. And so I was enjoying that, felt really good. And when I looked down, I remember looking and I thought, I have a connection down there. I thought it was one of my kids, but when the doctor picked his head up, I remembered it was me. I said something, oh, blank, and yeah, it was me laying down there.
Well, and it's so crazy because in Michigan, like you said, they didn't have the multivisceral, but somehow your son, the doctor, saw him upset about his father going through all of this heartache, and he found this doctor right here on our screen, and the doctor just happened to be visiting Michigan, correct? So
yes.
Please explain that story and how you got the multivisceral surgery.
Yeah. Well, he was up there exactly to teach Detroit how to do multivisceral. So I was walking down the hall, heard my son and just anguishing. His mother had died a year previous, and he got the news that I was expected to die within hours or days since I was in hospice. He came in and told my son, if we can get him down to Indiana University, I have a chance of saving his life. But if I stayed in Detroit, I'd certainly would die. And so he went down to the nurses' station and right away rallied the nurses and found a bush pilot that flew me from Newfoundland. He was in Newfoundland coming out west for an elk hunt. Picked me up along the way. I was denied a life flight, being in hospice. And then they took me down to Indiana University, where they, hooked me up. I had 4 PICC lines, dozens of IVs, and I stayed waiting for available organs from that point on for like 75 days. So I went from, I lost 125 pounds, and was just basically struggling, you know, to make it from day to day.
Well, there's a lot to your story, but you've done a really great job at summing it up into a few easy read pages here. It's a really incredible story. But you say the best part of all of this is that we can all make a difference.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We need to sign up. We need more people to sign up. There's a big need for men from the ages of like 40 to 60 to sign up. So any cowboys out there, construction workers, blue-collar guys, welders, carpenters, sign up.
Organ donation.
Organ
Yes.
donation is huge.
Exactly. You can save a life just like his. Thank you so much for sharing your story. It's
You're
so
welcome.
powerful. Thank you, guys. Everyone, visit mymiracleman.com to read more about Todd and the deeper meaning behind organ donation. And if you would like to sign up to give the ultimate gift and be an organ donor yourself, visit donatelife.net.